Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to my guide on how to be a DPS tank. This guide consists of what to do in each phase, gear, tactics, ability bars, and ability rotations. This guide should help you become a good tank that deals a good amount of damage on each phase. Anyway, let's move on to the gear and inventory. Now, for the gear. I want to explain what I've found is best to use. For meleeing, I much prefer to use Torva over Tetsu because I can heal a lot on shadow phase, and there is never really a situation where you should need Tetsu. I bring Death Lotus top and bottom switch as well as dual ascension crossbows for Zaros. I use Glaven boots, Torva helm, and Torva gloves throughout the entire kill, because bringing a switch would be a waste of inventory space. I use the Arding cloak as my cape because it gives critical bonus to all styles, as well as a nice prayer bonus and a handy teleport if you get into a sticky situation. I use a Ring of Vigor over any other ring because it's by far the best ring in game. I bring an Amulet of Fury because it gives bonuses to all combat styles. I bring the Vampirism Swimshore so I can heal more whilst I'm meleeing, and for an aura, I prefer to use either Vampirism or Penance. Now for the inventory, you'd have one similar to mine with your gear switches, overloads, prayer renewals, and adrenaline potions. You should also have prayer potions. I'm using sanfew serums because they do the same thing as super restores, plus they relieve you from the poison effect that you gain in the smoke phase. I bring purple sweets because they come in handy when you need to heal up just a little bit. Purple sweets are completely optional, but I would recommend trying them out as they are fairly cheap currently. Make sure if you're doing more than one overload per troop to bring a spare yak pouch. For my yak I have a ratio of 1:1 of rocktails and brews. You can adjust this to your liking, but since I use purple sweets I prefer to bring more brews than I do rocktails. Another thing, you use roughly 5.5 prayer doses per kill, so with my inventory I rely on one brews and restores drop, which happens about 95% of the time because they are so common. If you don't feel comfortable with this, bring more prayer in either your yak or find a way to make room in your inventory. Now, onto the method. For my method, I started Fumus to gain adrenaline to make smoke phase go by faster. I then auto attack Nex and use backhand as my first ability, followed by Assault, into Sever, into more basic abilities. In this clip I got pulled. This doesn't usually happen, but it shows what to do if things don't go 100% right. When backhand goes off cooldown, Nex shouts, "There is." At this point you should face the gap and surge to Fumus. When you surge to Fumus, auto attack it once and then use a basic ability and hug the pillar closest to you. The side of the pillar you should stand on depends on what side Nex is running to. Doing this lures Nex closer. When you're at full adrenaline, use Berserk and an adrenaline potion, and finish off Fumus, then tag Nex into the shadow phase. For shadow phase, just go full out ham and it should be done in a matter of seconds. Try and use at least one threshold while berserked on shadow phase. When shadow phase is done, provoke Nex, equip your shield and run through the middle of the room to the eastern part of the room. During this time, you can use resonance to get a heal from Nex. Optionally, you can switch to range and help your attackers kill Umbra. There is a little bit of downtime when luring Nex, so try to keep gaining adrenaline. This will help you for the blood phase. For the blood phase, if you get the tag, auto attack Nex and then use debilitate while it's siphoning, followed by assault, into sever, into destroy. If the phase isn't finished by then, use some more basic abilities. Don't use kick or backhand, because it disables the ability to escape from the blood sacrifice. If you get chosen as the blood sacrifice, use escape. If for any reason Nex chooses to go onto your attackers, provoke it back onto you. While your attackers are killing Krul, switch to your shield and get a resonance heal, and then hug the wall next to Krul so you lure Nex closer. For the ice phase, try and get a bleed attack off so you don't do absolutely no damage. When the ice phase is over, provoke Nex and use defensive abilities to gain adrenaline while running down the middle, cutting a corner and searching to glaciers. During this time, check if it's praying or not. If it is praying range, switch to your offhand Drago. If it is not praying range, swap to your Ascensions and Death Lotus. Stand in the spot shown and Nex will show off her impressive ballerina skills and jump straight to you. For Zara's phase, this is your opportunity to be a complete arsehole tank and move it on your attackers' unloads and rapid fires. But seriously, for Zara's phase, be careful about moving it on your fragmentation shots because your attackers could be doing a rapid fire or unload, and you would completely cancel it out. The main thing about dual build tanking on Zara's phase is using debilitate. This makes the damage she deals significantly lower. Use debilitate whenever possible on Zara's phase. Please note that she doesn't normally deal this much damage on Zara's phase. This particular kill she just wanted to put me 6 feet under, like Haiti on Shadow phase. As you can see, poor Lewis had an excellent performance there by dying to Wrath. Anyway guys, that concludes my next DPS tanking guide. The ability bars that I used will be posted in the description. As always, thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.